Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Recensions of the Septuagint, the next part in our textual criticism series. We'll be looking at the Septuagint. Today we're going to take a look at the various recensions, or at least begin to look at them, get an introduction, and we'll look at them in a bit more detail tomorrow. But we need to understand first what a recension is, particularly when it concerns the Septuagint, why they were written, and what the early recensions were. So, what is a recension? Well, it's a revision of the Old Greek translation, the Old Greek Septuagint, to make it align more precisely with the Hebrew Vorlage. So, the tradition of the Hebrew Bible developed over the early centuries, particularly the end of the first millennium BCE, and this led to the need to realign the Greek translation with the Hebrew text that was in use at the time. So remember, we talked about how by the early first millennium CE, the Masoretic text tradition was in use as the standard with the Jewish community. And so because of this, this type of development of the Masoretic text tradition, or the Hebrew Bible, the Hebrew text tradition, the Jewish community that was utilizing the Greek text wanted to have their Greek text more closely align with the Hebrew Bible that they were using, and so these recensions were developed. In addition, the use of the Septuagint, the Old Greek, by the early Christians motivated the Jews to have a Greek translation of their own, which would include their own Jewish exegesis. So again, for these reasons, the recensions of the Old Greek of the Septuagint were created. So what were the early Jewish recensions, at least most likely? Kaiga Theodotion, Aquila, Papyrus Oxyrhynchus 1007, and Papyrus Rylands, Greek 458. Origen was an early Christian theologian, and he created an edition of the Hebrew Bible with 6 columns, the Hexapla. And these 6 columns contained the Hebrew, column 2 contained transliteration of the Hebrew text into Greek, and then among the remaining columns were several recensions of the Old Greeks, Aquila, Symmachus, and Kaiga Theodotion. So Tove divides the revisions, the early revisions, into 3 categories based on the Hexapla. So that's where we're going to pick it up tomorrow, looking at the divisions of the revisions into their categories, the revisions of the Septuagint. So stay with us.